Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Chasing 70 Degrees. My name is Travis, and as promised, here is week number 2 using the Starlink satellite dish. And again, I've got the Roam plan, which used to be called the RV plan. And so I wanted to go ahead and share some of my speeds and feeds, but I also wanted to point out a number of very important things. So I'm noticing that in the evenings, right around 6:30, my speeds are dropping precipitously, and I went down to the single digits in Idaho Falls, and well, technically Rigby, Idaho, where I was staying. But you definitely need a northeasterly view of the sky, good clear line of sight, and I had that. And I also saw some of the fastest speeds that I've ever clocked, so upwards of 239 megabits a second down. And again, I've got the deprioritized data plan, right? So I'm not paying the extra fees in order to get priority data. So let's go ahead, let's dive in, take a look at my speeds and feeds from Rigby, Idaho, which is about 15 minutes north of Idaho Falls. All right, so here we are taking a look at some of the speeds and feeds that I've been getting with Starlink. And I was in Rigby, Idaho again from the 30th of April until the 7th of May. And so this test here, it doesn't have a timestamp, but it would have been right around 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. As you can see, I'm getting great speeds, clear skies, nothing to worry about there. And then we got to come all the way down here to take a look at Monday, May 1st. And so this was just mind-blowing. And what I'm noticing, again, is that I'm getting some insanely fast speeds in the morning hours. And definitely the weather plays a factor as well. As I've learned this week, again, I'm in outside of Bozeman, Montana this week. But take a look at that, 239 down, 24 up. The following day on Tuesday at 6:45, I was getting 195 down, 14 up. On that same evening at around 8:45, I was still at 102 down and 10 up. But you're about to see, again, the morning speeds are like off the charts. So again, this is the Wednesday, the 3rd of May at 7 o'clock. This is Thursday, the 4th of May at 8 o'clock. Again, over 200 megabits a second down, right around 15 up. And then I ran a test around 7 o'clock. Now, what I've started to notice is that right around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, the speeds definitely start to drop off, irrespective of the weather. And so you can see here, I was down to 90 megabits a second down, 10 up. And again, the very next morning, I'm at 148 and 17. Now here is an 8:30 in the morning test. Now this was run, it was kind of really bad weather, very windy. There was some rain, showers that were coming in pretty heavy. And you can see that even though it was at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, I was only getting 2 down and 6 up. But what's interesting is, again, I've got my Apple TV, 2 MacBook Pros, one for work, one for personal use. I've got my iPhone, my iPad, and I have yet to be disconnected or to lose connectivity on any of those devices. So it's even when it drops down like that, it's still phenomenal. And then here we go at 10 o'clock. And again, I wanted to run another test at 10 o'clock in the morning to see, once it cleared up, what did it look like? And as you can see, it certainly, the weather certainly cleared up, and, so did the speeds. They cleaned up very nicely here on Saturday. And then on Sunday, and that's my travel day, I usually travel on Sundays, decided to go ahead and run a test right before I started to break everything down, break camp, and get ready to roll out. So 7:30 in the morning, as you can see, I'm getting great speeds. And what I've started to do now is I'm running far more tests in the evening, and I'm getting numbers that are not this bad, but are definitely way lower than the triple digits I have been getting. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video on week number 2 being on the road here and using the Starlink satellite dish. Again, this week I've got it, or I had it pole mounted on the back of the RV on the ladder. Great line of sight. And again, weather definitely a factor, but again, I am still not losing connectivity on any of my devices. No blips or freezes on my Apple TV, and I'm usually streaming things in 4K. So it's been working fantastically. And I'm really excited to share my speeds from Livingston, Montana next week, which is about 30 minutes east of Bozeman, Montana. And that's where I've been at this week. All right, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope I've earned the privilege of your time here. And you got any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And that's all I've got. As always, enjoy the chase.